You know, we can't lie. It's been hard finding a house lately here in the Las Vegas area, and I've been recommending one strategy, and that's to look for a new house. And I mean brand spanking new. Go to a new builder. So I'm going to go over some things today and talk about a subject that some people have brought up to me lately, and I never really thought about bringing this up in a video. So stand by just 1 second and let's talk about new houses. Hey, it's Eric, and I want to talk to you today about some new houses. Before I get too far into this, hey, if you like this content, go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and if you can do even better than that, leave a comment. Help me grow my channel, and that way I can bring even more content and help even more folks out. So let's get to it. So, I've shown a few new houses lately, and in the entire process, I've noticed some things, and I wanted to kind of bring these up to folks. And one of the things I noticed, like a few weeks ago, I was showing a house to somebody, and you see all these signs all around the area. So, Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson. And let's say you'll see a sign, XYZ builder, houses starting at or in the high 200s. What does that really mean? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. High 200s. $299,999 is high 200s. I'm not saying something will start that, but that is high 200s. Now maybe it's 279,999 or something, but when you start thinking about these things, you want to make it high 200s being 259. In reality, they mean high 200s. Well, what are you getting for high 200s? Well, think about it. It's probably their smallest plan.
Oh.
Starting at. They may have 10 plans. Usually it's 5 or 6 plans. So it's the smallest plan, their least desirable plan, the plan they know they may not sell too many of. It's kind of like a car dealership. I'm going to get to that analogy in a second. So now you've gone to the, let's call it the 289 plan for now. Okay, I'm going to choose the 289 house. I've got to find a house. I don't want to rent. Renting sometimes not the best option, to be honest. The entire time I've lived here in the Las Vegas area, which has been over a decade now, buying a house has always been cheaper than renting. So you don't want to throw that money away. You don't want to give it to a landlord. You don't want to make them rich. You want to make yourself rich. You want to get that equity for yourself. So what are you going to do? You're going to buy a house. Okay, I'm going to make myself rich. Okay, so I'm going to make myself rich. I'm going to go buy a house. Can't find a house. Housing shortage. Houses is going up. Only place I can find a house is a new home builder. Makes sense. I'm going to go there. Look for the 289 house. I go to the new home builder. Do they have 289 houses? Probably not. Okay, let's pretend they do. So you go to the 289 house. Well, here's the problem. There's this thing called lot premium. Now they advertise a 289 house. Well, the 289 house, they didn't advertise the lot premium. What's a lot premium? Well, every lot that builder has, they have a different price for. There is no base lot. In other words, there is no lot that's zero price. No, every lot has a price, whether it's $5,000 or more. I haven't seen a $5,000 lot. They're usually $10,000 and above. So even that $89,000 house with the lot premium is going to be, $299. So you've already added $10,000 to the price for the base house if they have it. Oh, here's another one. Does that base house fit on the lot? Is that lot the one you want? Each lot in that development has a different price. You want the corner lot? You want the lot in the cul-de-sac? You want the lot with the view. The development is sloping, so certain lots have a certain view. In other words, because it's going down, so you can still see something. Some of them have a view of the city, and as they build, you still have a view of the city, and these don't have a view of the city. These lots are $22,000, these are $12,000. These are on the corner and have a view of the city. These are $30,000. Starting to get it? And it keeps going on. So, well, oh, gee whiz. Okay. So now I got to get the least desirable lot with the least desirable housing plan just to get the cheapest house. So now I got the house. So I chose the least desirable lot with the least desirable house. What next? Oh, I didn't put anything in it. Well, you're not going to upgrade? What about your future resale value? Now we get back to that car. Here's the bad news. Now, when you go and shop for a car, if you were to go to a car lot or look in the paper, if you still get one of those, Craigslist, Auto Trader, wherever you're going to go, if you were to see a car and it was the base model and it had nothing in it, would you buy it? I doubt it. Same thing for a house. If you know everybody else got all this other stuff in their house and this house doesn't, you gonna buy it? So you're destroying your future value, your future sale. And at some point, you're gonna figure that out. So you're gonna try to sacrifice and go, I'll just do that later? Are you gonna do it later? So you're going to say, oh, they're going to charge me more for it, so I'll just do it cheaper someplace else. No, that's a good possibility. They may charge you more for it. They may charge you less. It's according to the builder. Some builders do that. Some builders actually do charge you a fair price for it. Don't know. Are you going to go for the regular 8-foot ceilings, the 9-foot ceilings, the 10-foot ceilings? What are people doing in this day and age? You got to figure that out. Because it's your resale. Because are you going to be there until they take you out feet first? Or are you going to have to worry about reselling it? All of these need to come into a factor for you. Because there is more than just buying that house right now. It's that house right now, 5 years from now, and 10 years from now. Now, let's get back to that car example again. Now, some people like to think about all the stuff they put into that car or house. So some people buy a car and it's fully loaded. You know what? When time comes when they go to sell that car, they don't get much more for it. Same thing with the house. So when you load that house down with options, guess what? You're not going to get that much more than someone who got the regular stuff. The only thing that it does is sell that house faster. Same thing for the car. It's just the reality of things. But you will sell it faster and you will get more money for it, but you're not going to get what you put into it. So if you got the $15,000 upgrade for paver stone, you may not get that $15,000 down the line because all of your neighbors didn't do that upgrade. You may get another $1,000 or $2,000 for it, who knows? Or you may get nothing for it, but someone may love the pavers and do it. So get things that you're going to like in that home that's going to make it your home. Because remember, the next person may come along and go like, wow, that was some nice pavers. Now let's rip it up. I mean, I once sold a house with a tennis court, and the first thing the person wanted to do was rip it up because they had something they wanted to put there. So you never can tell. So here's the bottom line. When you're out looking for a home, especially in the home shortages that we have now, and you're out thinking about going a different route, like with the new homes, don't just go by those signs that are out there. They're there to entice you. Sometimes you go, oh, but it's false advertising. No, it's not false advertising. They're telling the truth. They have houses starting in the high 200s. Yeah, the house starts in the high 200s. And then there's add-ons. You have to pay a lot premium. Yeah, it's kind of like when you go to the dealership. And then there's dealer add-ons. Consider that dealer add-ons. Man, it's just the way life is. There's no way you can fight it. Trust me. If it could have been litigated, somebody would be litigating it now because we live in a litigious society. So you can scream all you want. Someone will listen to you for a bit and then roll their eyes because it's reality. All you're doing is just screaming into the wind. Okay? Now here's one that's really interesting. Even the new home builders can't keep up anymore. They've run into several issues, and one of them is a labor shortage. So they can't even build the houses anymore. So now they've even gotten cockier. And they're releasing the lots that they'll build on in smaller increments. And then they'll just go like, hey, we'll be releasing the next little lot of increments and whenever we feel like it. Some of them are half shut down now. They're not even anywhere close to being built out. And they're shut down because they don't have the materials or the labor. You know, materials now 25% higher than they were before. And at this point, they don't want to raise the price and they don't want to cut the quality too much. So they're in this really bad position. Higher cost, labor issues. They even have issues just getting the stuff. You know, we have an appliance shortage. We have an appliance shortage. So we have a shortage of materials, shortage of labor, higher cost, and they're constricted on how much they can raise their prices and how fast. Every time they release a new set of lots, they have to raise the price. And it's not by small amounts. So every time you're sitting around saying, I'm going to wait a little bit, you just added $10,000 to the price of your house. A little factor to think about at current interest rates, every $1,000 is $4. $4 is nothing. You know, it sounds like a used car salesman kind of crap. Oh, it's only $4. But 10,000, that's 40. Because you waited a month. 40 extra bucks.
Oh no.
Now when I'm talking 2,000 bucks, that's 8, 40? Yeah. So I'd get there before my competition. There's no shortage to this. You know, back in 2008, there was a difference. And here's what happened in 2008. There were people who didn't deserve to have homes who were able to buy homes. Have you seen the movie The Big Short? You know, strippers who had 8 houses.
What?
Yeah. People now are vetted. People now who have good jobs, who did not lose their jobs during the global pandemic, who still have their jobs, have no issues with their jobs, who are able to work from home. Those are the people who are buying houses now, and they're having issues finding houses, which means there's no issues. We're talking about people with forbearance. What happens when the forbearance is up? What are they going to do? Are they going to be behind? Can they make their payments? Who cares? Guess what? Some of these people have $100,000 in equity. Are you going to let the bank take your house when you have $100,000 in equity? If somebody hit you upside the head, no, you're going to sell it. Let me see. You're going to sell it. you'll get $100,000 to put in your pocket. No amount of selling from forbearance is going to cause the market to crash when you have 1 month of inventory. It'll help the market. They'll just become renters, but they're not going to be foreclosed on. They're not going to be short sellers. So if they're not short selling and they're not foreclosed on, their credit's still good. When they get a job, they'll just buy again, which is going to actually create more buyers. Oh my goodness. Which, unless we can get more houses, oh boy. And we still have the rental process. So there's the real problem. The renters who didn't pay. That's the problem. Okay, so it's just all a circle, round robin circle, man. Round robin circle. The only ones I can worry about maybe are the landlords whose tenants didn't pay. It's got to figure out how much equity they have, because we had tenants who didn't pay, so the tenants needed to pay them so they could pay their mortgage, because there was no moratorium on them saying they didn't have to pay their mortgage or taxes. That was interesting. Nobody said, hey, the landlords who didn't get paid by their tenants, we're going to do something special for you. You don't have to pay your mortgage, and you know what, especially you don't have to pay your taxes. But the politicians did say that your renters didn't have to pay you, and you can't do anything. And not only that, when this is all over, you can't sue them for that. It's like a civil thing. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going off here. So anyway, I got some more videos for you guys to look at over here. Go ahead and click those. Click that like button. Click the subscribe. And tell me down below, what do you think of this? Especially with the new houses and now the shortage of the labor to build the dadgum things. This is actually happening nationwide. It's getting ridiculous. I was talking to a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina last week, where it's gotten so bad there that when somebody brings her an offer on a house, just about everything is above asking price. They know the houses are not going to appraise. They're going, you need to give me a bank statement to show that your buyer can give my seller the difference of the appraisal price, or we're not even going to look at your offer because we know it's not going to appraise.
Oh, man.
In Charleston, South Carolina. That's already happening in California. I didn't think it would get to the South. Fortunately, it hasn't made it to Vegas yet. Fortunately. And I'm out.